Covenant Love International School. We don't have a class today. It is a weekend, but Kayla came to the school for teaching students who are not. Some students are limited in English, and Kayla came to school for teaching those students. We are now in Korea. We use School of Tomorrow curriculum.
With his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen.
With his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen.
So altogether, the dead man came out.
The dead man came out.
With his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen.
With his hands and feet wrapped with strips of linen.
Good.
Good. Thank you.
So the dead man came out.
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 His hands and feet wrapped.
His hands and feet wrapped
With strips of linen.
with strips of linen.
With strips of linen.
With strips of linen.
And a cloth
And a cloth
around his face.
around his face.
Good. And a cloth around his face.
And a cloth around his face.
Good. Jesus said to them,
Jesus said to them,
Take off
take off
the grave clothes
the grave clothes
and let him go.
and let him go.
So Jesus said to them,
Jesus said to them,
Take off the grave clothes and let him go.
take off the grave clothes and let him go.
Good. So take off
Take off
the grave clothes
the grave clothes
and let him go.
and let him go.
Good.
네. And a cross
And a cloth
around his face.
around his face.
And a cloth around his face. Good.
Jesus said to them,
Jesus said to them,
the grave, take off the grave clothes and let him go. And let him go.
His hands
He hands and filled with strips of linen and the cross around his face. Jesus said to them, take off the linen
take off the
grave cross
cloth
and let him go.
and let him go.
Thank God. God is great. Thank God. We are now in Covenant Love International School,
하는 게 공부지. 이게 공부라고 그랬잖아.
Kayla,
이런 게 없는 거야.
a member of Covenant Love Church, came to the school for teaching children.
One more time. You ready?
With the strips of linen. With the strips of linen.
선생님한테 맡겨서.
Of linen.
선생님한테 해달라고.
이거 따라하냐?
얼마?
빨리 가. 빨리
Three, number three. And
보지 마.
2번, 3번. 2번 여기. This hands back to right.
With strips of linen
Strips of linen.
around his face. Jesus said to them, Take off
His hands back to right.
your grave clothes and let him go. Good.
With the strips
So you want to try?
of linen.
Not yet?
다시 한번. With the
That's it. One more time. The dead man
of
came.
linen. 다시 한번. With the strips.
His hands and feet wrapped
Good.
with strips of linen
3번.
and a cloth around his face. Jesus said to them, Take off
Okay.
your grave clothes and let him go. Maybe verse 2. Can you do verse 2?
The dead man came out. His hands
그다음에
And
with strips of
feet
wrapped
그다음
with strips
the cross surrounding.
linen. Good.
아니.
So the dead
And
man came out.
the cross
His hands
around
and
his
feet
face.
wrapped with strips of linen.
his hands and feet are with the strips of linen.
그래?
너 다 해봤어?
오케이.
아, 그러니까 야. 너 연습하고, 너 연습하고. 체크. here.
한번 안 보고 해볼래? 한글만 보면. 이거 해봐. 굿.
His hands and feet wrapped around his face. Wrapped with strips of linen and a cross around his face. Jesus said to them, Take off the cross, great cross, and let him go.
네.